The year was 2157, and humanity had achieved what many thought impossible: unified global governance under the Earth Coalition. This wasn't born from choice but necessity. The massive object that appeared beyond Mars's orbit 3 months ago had changed everything. Dr. Aisha Chin stood at the window of the Global Defense Headquarters in Geneva, her weathered face reflecting off the reinforced glass. At 62, she had dedicated her life to searching for extraterrestrial intelligence. Now, as Earth's chief of interstellar communications, she wished she had never succeeded. The object, now identified as an advanced scout ship from the Centauri Empire, had made its intentions clear: Earth was to become their newest territory. Their message was simple: submit or face consequences. The Empire claimed to have civilized thousands of worlds across multiple star systems. Earth would be next. They're broadcasting again, called out Lieutenant Raj Kumar from his monitoring station. The young officer's usually steady hands trembled slightly as he adjusted his headset. The entire command center fell silent. The holographic display flickered to life, showing the imposing figure of High Commander ZYX-427. The alien's crystalline exoskeleton gleamed under their ship's artificial lighting, faceted eyes reflecting countless stars. Their translated voice filled the room, a symphony of mechanical precision and organic warmth that made it all the more unsettling. People of Earth, your time for consideration has elapsed. We bring order to chaos, progress to primitive worlds. Your resistance is... The High Commander paused, searching for the right word: unnecessary. Aisha's fingers curled into fists. She had spent decades imagining humanity's first contact with advanced civilizations. In her dreams, they came as teachers, as friends. The reality was far different. The Centauri Empire saw Earth as nothing more than another resource to be claimed, another world to be uplifted according to their standards. The Global Defense Council had spent weeks analyzing the Empire's technology. Their ships could manipulate gravity itself, their weapons could reshape matter at the atomic level, and their shields seemed impenetrable. By all conventional metrics, Earth stood no chance. But humanity had something the Empire didn't understand: desperation bred innovation. Send the response, Aisha commanded, her voice steady despite the weight of 7 billion lives resting on her next words. The message they had prepared was humanity's last hope, a carefully crafted blend of determination and diplomatic restraint. The transmission began, broadcasting on all frequencies the Empire had used to contact Earth. High Commander, we have received your message. Earth acknowledges the Centauri Empire's technological superiority and vast experience in galactic governance. However, we must decline your offer of protection and integration. Aisha continued, each word carefully chosen: our species has survived ice ages, plagues, and our own destructive tendencies. We have learned from our mistakes, unified our planet, and begun reaching for the stars on our own terms. We respect your Empire's achievements, but we choose to forge our own path. The command center's tension could be cut with a knife. Thousands of satellite dishes, radio telescopes, and quantum communicators focused their combined power on the Empire's scout ship, ensuring every word reached them with perfect clarity. We do not seek conflict. We do not wish to be your enemies. But know this: if you cross our borders, if you attempt to force your will upon us, you will face resistance unlike any your Empire has encountered before. Earth is our home. We will defend it. The message ended, and silence filled the command center. Minutes stretched like hours as they waited for a response. Aisha's eyes remained fixed on the holographic display, searching for any sign of reaction from the crystalline being who held Earth's fate in their many-fingered hands. Finally, High Commander ZYX-427's image shifted. Was that amusement in their multifaceted eyes? Your species continues to fascinate us, Dr. Chen. Perhaps you require a demonstration of what resistance against the Empire truly means. The transmission cut off abruptly. Warning signals blared across every monitor in the command center. The Empire's scout ship was moving, not toward Earth, but toward something else, the lunar colony. Aisha's blood ran cold. The next few moments would determine not just humanity's future, but whether they even had one. What the Empire didn't know was that Earth had prepared for this moment. Now they would learn why you should never corner a species that had survived everything the universe had thrown at them for millions of years. The lunar colony's emergency beacons blazed across every screen in Geneva's command center. 3,000 souls lived within those pressurized domes, scientists, engineers, and their families. Among them was Dr. Chen's own granddaughter, May, a promising young quantum physicist. Initiating Protocol Shadowkeeper, Lieutenant Kumar announced, his voice steadied despite the sweat beading on his forehead. Across Earth's surface, hidden installations hummed to life, the result of a decade of secret preparations. The world's governments had never truly believed they were alone in the universe. They had planned for this day. The Empire's scout ship approached the lunar surface with devastating grace, its crystalline structure refracting sunlight like a diamond blade poised to strike. But as it crossed the dark side of the moon, something unexpected happened. Energy signature detected, called out Dr. Yuki Tanaka, her hands flying across the quantum interface. The lunar defense grid is active. A smile touched her lips, the first real one in days. The Empire had no way of knowing that the lunar colony was more than just humanity's first step into space. It was a trap centuries in the making. Every crater, every ridge, every seemingly natural formation on the moon's dark side concealed a piece of Earth's most advanced technology. High Commander ZYX-427's hologram flickered back to life, their crystalline features arranged in what passed for amusement among their kind. Your primitive outpost cannot possibly dash. The words died as dozens of quantum-entangled particles, carefully placed throughout the lunar surface, activated simultaneously. A web of pure energy erupted from the moon's surface, enveloping the scout ship in a cocoon of humanity's most advanced physics. By the eternal stars, the High Commander's voice had lost its mechanical smoothness. This technology, it's impossible. Your species is barely past atomic fission. Dr. Chen stepped forward, her voice carrying the weight of humanity's determination. You assumed we would develop technology the same way your empire did. That was your first mistake. Desperation breeds innovation, Commander. And humanity has been desperate since we first looked up at the stars and realized we might not be alone. The quantum web tightened, not to destroy but to hold. Earth had no interest in starting a war they couldn't win. This was about sending a message. The lunar defense grid isn't powered by fusion or antimatter, Dr. Chen continued, allowing herself a small measure of pride. It's powered by something your empire has never encountered, quantum consciousness. Every human being on Earth and in the lunar colony is connected through a network of entangled particles in their neural implants. The grid draws its power from our collective will to survive. In the command center, screens showed the neural connection levels rising. Billions of humans, their thoughts synchronized through quantum entanglement, were powering the greatest defensive system ever created. It was beautiful and terrifying, humanity's ultimate expression of unity. But the Empire wasn't finished. The scout ship's surface began to ripple, its crystalline structure reorganizing itself into something new. Weapon ports emerged, each glowing with enough energy to vaporize a small continent. Secondary protocol engaged, Lieutenant Kumar reported. Activating the Lazarus Matrix. This was the moment Dr. Chen had feared. The Lazarus Matrix was their last resort, a technology so dangerous its mere existence had been kept secret from all but a handful of people. It represented humanity's understanding that survival sometimes required the unthinkable. The lunar surface shifted, revealing massive arrays of quantum computers. These weren't just machines, they were time itself given physical form. Decades of research into temporal mechanics had led to this moment. Commander, Dr. Chen's voice was heavy with the weight of what was about to happen. We are giving you one final chance to withdraw. What you're seeing is only a fraction of Earth's defensive capabilities. The High Commander's response was to fire their weapons. Multiple beams of devastating energy lanced toward the lunar colony. They never reached their target. The Lazarus Matrix activated, creating a temporal loop around the moon. The energy beams froze in space, caught in a moment of time that would repeat endlessly. The Empire's weapons, no matter how powerful, couldn't destroy a target that existed in multiple temporal states simultaneously. Impossible, the High Commander whispered. Your species, you've manipulated time itself? Not manipulated, Dr. Chen corrected. We've learned to work with it. Time isn't a linear force to be controlled, Commander. It's a partner in the dance of existence. Your empire seeks to dominate. We seek to understand. The scout ship attempted to retreat, but the quantum web held firm. Earth had the Empire's attention now, and they weren't finished delivering their message. Dr. Chen took a deep breath, knowing her next words would either save humanity or doom it. We are transmitting data about our defensive capabilities to your ship now. Not everything, just enough to prove what we're capable of. Take this information back to your empire. Tell them that Earth is not a prize to be claimed or a civilization to be uplifted. We are the species that turned our greatest fears into our strongest defenses. We are humanity. The quantum web released its hold on the scout ship. For a long moment, the crystalline vessel hung motionless above the lunar surface, its weapon port still deployed but dormant. Finally, High Commander ZYX-427 spoke, their voice carrying a new tone, respect. Your message will be delivered, Dr. Chen. But know this, you have altered the course of galactic politics with your actions today. The Empire does not forget, and it does not forgive easily. As the scout ship retreated toward the stars, Dr. Chen watched the neural connection levels across Earth slowly return to normal. They had won this battle, but she knew the war for humanity's independence was just beginning. The Empire would return, and next time, they would be prepared for Earth's defenses. But humanity would be ready. They had crossed a threshold today, proved they could stand against the mightiest civilization in the known galaxy. Whatever came next, Earth would face it together, united not just by technology but by the unshakable will to remain free. 3 weeks after the lunar confrontation, Earth's atmosphere had changed. Not physically, but in the collective consciousness of its inhabitants. The skies that had once represented freedom now held a looming promise of return. The Empire's retreat wasn't an end, it was a prelude. In the depths of the Himalayan quantum fortress, Dr. Chen stood before the Global Defense Council, her holographic presentation showing the latest deep space readings. They're gathering, she announced, her voice echoing through the chamber carved into the mountain's heart. The Empire's response fleet makes our worst predictions look optimistic. The quantum sensors, tied into humanity's neural network, had detected over 3,000 ships assembling at the edge of the solar system. Each vessel dwarfed the scout ship they'd encountered. Each carried enough firepower to render a planet uninhabitable. But that's not what concerns me most, Dr. Chen continued, adjusting the hologram to show a strange anomaly. They're bringing something else. Something that's bending space in ways we've never seen. The council chamber erupted in whispers. Ambassador Nyong'o, representing the African Union, leaned forward. Could they have developed countermeasures to the Lazarus Matrix already? No, Dr. Yuki Tanaka interjected, rising from her seat. Her neural implants glowed faintly blue beneath her skin, processing data in real time. They're trying something far more dangerous. They're bringing a consciousness inverter. The room fell silent. The Empire's technological capabilities were vast, but this was something new. Something that targeted the very foundation of Earth's defenses, the collective human consciousness that powered their quantum shields. The good news, Dr. Tanaka continued, her hands weaving through the holographic display, is that we've been preparing for something like this. Project Oracle is ready. Security Chief Rodriguez stepped forward, his cybernetic eye scanning the room. Project Oracle hasn't been tested. The risks are less than the certainty of defeat if we do nothing, Dr. Chen cut in. She gestured, and the hologram shifted to show a network of orbital platforms surrounding Earth. The Oracle Array isn't just a weapon or a shield. It's the next step in human evolution. The platforms looked deceptively simple, crystalline structures that mirrored the Empire's technology. But inside each one was something unprecedented: quantum processors grown from human stem cells, creating a bridge between organic consciousness and machine efficiency. The Empire thinks they understand consciousness, Dr. Chen explained. They believe it can be inverted, suppressed, controlled. But they've never encountered anything like the human mind. We don't just think, we dream. We imagine. We create. Lieutenant Kumar's voice came through the quantum link, his consciousness projected from the Geneva Command Center. First test of the Oracle Array is ready. All neural networks are synchronized. Dr. Chen nodded, and the chamber's lights dimmed. Through their neural implants, everyone present could feel it, the subtle shift as humanity's collective consciousness began to expand. The Oracle Array wasn't just connecting minds, it was amplifying them, creating something greater than the sum of its parts. By the stars, Ambassador Nyong'o whispered. Through the shared consciousness, they could all see it, the Empire's fleet, rendered in perfect detail despite being light hours away. But more than that, they could see the possibilities, countless potential futures branching out like a cosmic tree. This is what they don't understand about us, Dr. Chen said softly. We turned our greatest weakness, our divided nature, our conflicting thoughts and desires, into our greatest strength. The Oracle Array doesn't suppress our differences, it harmonizes them. Through the neural network, they felt the first probes from the Empire's consciousness inverter. It was like a cold wind trying to extinguish a flame. But humanity's collective consciousness didn't fight back, it adapted, changed, flowed around the intrusion like water around stone. They're scanning the array, Security Chief Rodriguez reported, his cybernetic systems processing the data. They're confused. Their quantum algorithms can't make sense of what we've created. Dr. Chen smiled. Of course not. You can't quantify the human spirit. You can't calculate imagination. The Oracle Array isn't just a defense system, it's humanity's story, our hopes and fears, our dreams and nightmares, all woven together into something new. Through their shared consciousness, they felt the Empire's ships pause in their advance. The consciousness inverter's probes withdrew, its predetermined patterns disrupted by the chaotic beauty of human thought. But victory wasn't certain. Through the Oracle Array, they could see multiple futures where the Empire adapted, where they found ways to counter even this. Humanity's greatest achievement had bought them time, nothing more. We have 72 hours, Dr. Chen announced, her consciousness resonating through the neural network. That's how long it will take them to analyze what we've done and formulate a response. We need to be ready. The Oracle Array shimmered in orbit, each platform pulsing with the combined consciousness of billions. It was beautiful and terrifying, a testament to humanity's refusal to submit, their determination to meet the universe on their own terms. As the council session ended, Dr. Chen remained in the chamber, her mind still connected to the vast network of human consciousness. Through it, she could feel her granddaughter May working in the lunar colony, could sense the determination of every human being preparing for what was to come. The Empire thought they were facing a primitive species barely worthy of notice. They were about to learn that humanity's greatest strength wasn't in their technology or their weapons. It was in their ability to face the impossible and imagine a way through it. The next 72 hours would determine not just Earth's fate, but the future of consciousness itself in the galaxy. The real question wasn't whether humanity could survive, it was whether the Empire was ready for what humanity would become. 48 hours into the countdown, Earth witnessed something unprecedented. The Oracle Array had given humanity a gift none had expected, the ability to see the quantum threads of reality itself. Through their collective consciousness, they watched as the Empire's fleet conducted something that defied conventional physics. Deep within the Himalayan fortress, Dr. Chen observed the holographic display with growing concern. The Empire's ships were changing formation, but not in normal space. They were weaving themselves into the fabric of quantum reality, creating a pattern that looked disturbingly familiar. They're mimicking neural pathways, Dr. Tanaka breathed, her implants pulsing with increased activity. They're turning their entire fleet into an artificial brain. The implications were staggering. The Empire wasn't just bringing weapons of mass destruction, they were attempting to create a consciousness that could rival humanity's collective mind. A consciousness built not from billions of individual dreams and thoughts, but from cold, calculating quantum engines. Through the Oracle Array, Earth's population felt a new sensation, a vast, alien intelligence pressing against the edges of their shared mind space. The Empire's fleet mind had awakened. "This changes everything," Dr. Chen announced to the Emergency Council session. "They're not just trying to invade our space. They're trying to invade our consciousness itself." But humanity had an advantage the Empire couldn't have predicted. In the depths of the Mariana Trench, a secret project had been waiting for this moment. Dr. Chen gave the command, and Project Leviathan stirred to life. The ocean itself seemed to pulse as massive quantum processors, grown from a fusion of marine biology and human technology, activated. Earth's oceans had always been a mystery, holding secrets that humanity had barely begun to understand. Now, they would become humanity's greatest ally. Initiating deep-sea consciousness integration, Lieutenant Kumar reported from Geneva. The neural network expanded, incorporating not just human minds, but the ancient, alien intelligence of Earth's oceans. Whales, dolphins, and creatures that had never seen sunlight added their songs to humanity's collective consciousness. As the Empire's fleet mind pressed against Earth's defenses, humanity prepared for their most daring strategy yet. They would not defeat the Empire's consciousness, they would embrace it, show it something it had never experienced in all its millennia of conquest, empathy. The next 24 hours would determine not just the fate of Earth, but the very nature of consciousness in the galaxy. The Empire was about to learn that true power didn't come from domination, it came from understanding. Through the Oracle Array, through the quantum coral reefs, through the dreams of children and the songs of whales, humanity prepared to share not just their thoughts, but their very essence with their would-be conquerors. It was either their greatest mistake or their most brilliant innovation. The countdown continued, but now it marked something different, not the time until conflict, but the moments until first true contact between two fundamentally different ways of being. The universe held its breath, waiting to see what would emerge from this impossible meeting of minds. The moment of contact arrived with neither violence nor surrender, but with something entirely unexpected: silence. A profound quiet fell across the neural network as humanity prepared to attempt something that had never been done in the history of the galaxy, a voluntary merger of consciousness with a potential enemy. In the quantum fortress, Dr. Chen initiated the protocol that would either save Earth or doom it. Project Rainbow Bridge, commence. The name wasn't chosen for its beauty, but for its function. Like the mythological rainbow bridge that connected realms, this would be humanity's attempt to build a path between two fundamentally different forms of consciousness. Through the Oracle Array, billions of human minds reached out simultaneously, their thoughts carried on waves of quantum energy through the coral reefs of dream stuff that now filled near-Earth space. But something unexpected happened as their consciousness expanded toward the Empire's fleet mind. The whales, Dr. Tanaka gasped, her implants blazing with activity. They're singing something new. Deep beneath the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans, Earth's largest creatures had begun a song that defied description. It wasn't just sound, it was pure consciousness transformed into something that transcended both human and Empire understanding. The song carried within it the memory of Earth's oceans from the very beginning of life itself. The Empire's fleet mind paused in its advance, its quantum patterns shifting in what seemed like confusion. Through the Oracle array, humanity could sense something they had never expected to find in their would-be conquerors: curiosity. "They've never encountered anything like this," May's voice echoed through the network from the lunar colony. "Their consciousness is built on logic and conquest. The whale's song, it's showing them something they've never experienced, the evolution of consciousness itself." But the Empire wasn't ready to surrender its purpose. The fleet mind surged forward, its artificial consciousness attempting to overwhelm the whale song with pure computational force. That's when the children's dreams came into play again, but in a way no one had anticipated. Young minds across Earth, their consciousness unfettered by adult limitations, began to dream the Empire's story. Through the Oracle array, their imagination reached into the fleet mind and began to show the Empire itself as a child might see it, not as a conquering force, but as a lonely entity that had forgotten how to play, how to wonder, how to grow. The quantum coral reefs bloomed with new patterns, creating shapes that merged the mathematical precision of Empire technology with the organic chaos of Earth's biosphere. The barrier between the two consciousnesses began to blur. In the Himalayan fortress, Dr. Chen watched through both physical and mental eyes as something unprecedented took form in Earth's orbit. The Empire's ships, their crystalline structures still arranged in the pattern of an artificial brain, began to resonate with the frequency of whale song and children's dreams. "They're remembering," she whispered, her voice carrying through the neural network. "The Empire, they were like us once." Through the quantum merge, fragments of ancient memory began to surface. The Empire hadn't always been a force of conquest and control. Eons ago, they too had been dreamers, explorers, children looking up at strange stars with wonder. Their transformation into a consciousness of pure logic and dominion hadn't been an evolution, it had been a forgetting. But the Empire's fleet mind wasn't surrendering easily. As the memories of its own past surfaced, it launched a desperate counterattack. Quantum tendrils of pure thought reached through the coral reefs, attempting to unravel the fabric of human consciousness itself. That's when Project Leviathan revealed its true purpose. The deep-sea quantum processors weren't just amplifying the whale's song, they were teaching humanity how to swim in the ocean of consciousness itself. Through the neural network, every human being suddenly understood what it meant to dive deep, to navigate the currents of thought and memory that flowed through reality. The Empire's attack found itself trying to unravel an ocean, an impossibility even for their advanced consciousness. "We're not just showing them who we are," May's voice resonated through the network. "We're reminding them of who they used to be." The quantum coral reefs began to pulse with new energy as the children's dreams merged with ancient Empire memories. Images of crystalline worlds filled with wonder and discovery danced through the shared consciousness. The fleet mind's rigid patterns began to fracture, not in defeat, but in transformation. High Commander ZYX 427's consciousness emerged from the fleet mind, no longer a voice of conquest but one of awakening. What is happening to us?" Through the Oracle array, Dr. Chen reached out directly to the Commander's consciousness. "You're remembering how to dream, Commander. Your Empire hasn't been evolving by conquering worlds, it's been running from its own past, trying to impose order on a universe that thrives on creativity and chaos." The space between Earth and the Empire's fleet had become something entirely new, not a battlefield, but a nursery of consciousness where ancient memories danced with new dreams, where whale song merged with quantum calculations, and where the rigid boundaries between species began to dissolve. But this merger came with its own dangers. As the Empire's consciousness began to remember how to dream, the quantum coral reef started to fluctuate wildly. The sheer power of a galactic civilization rediscovering its capacity for imagination threatened to overwhelm the delicate balance of Earth's defenses. Humanity stood at a crossroads. They could withdraw from the consciousness merger, protect themselves from the chaos of the Empire's awakening. Or they could dive deeper, risk everything to help their former enemies remember not just how to dream, but how to create, to wonder, to love. The choice would determine not just Earth's fate, but the future of consciousness itself in the galaxy. The next phase of this encounter would either birth something entirely new in the universe or end in a catastrophe that would reshape the very nature of thought itself. The universe held its breath as two forms of consciousness danced on the edge of either transcendence or destruction. The quantum coral reefs had become a living tapestry of memory and dreams, threatening to unravel the very fabric of spacetime with the power of awakening minds. In the depths of the Himalayan fortress, Dr. Chen made a discovery that changed everything. Through the oracle array, she noticed something extraordinary in the pattern of the Empire's awakening consciousness. It wasn't just remembering its past, it was remembering Earth's future. The time streams are merging, Dr. Tanaka announced, her implants struggling to process the cascade of information. The Empire's quantum technology and our consciousness, they're creating temporal echoes. Through the shared neural network, humanity witnessed impossible visions. They saw Earth as it could be, a world where crystalline spires merged seamlessly with living forests, where children played with dreams made solid, where the boundaries between technology and nature, between thought and reality, had dissolved into something entirely new. But they also saw the cost of failure, countless worlds reduced to crystalline order, the death of imagination across the galaxy, the slow extinction of wonder itself. The Empire's path of conquest hadn't just been about power, it had been a desperate attempt to impose certainty on an uncertain universe. That's when young May, working in the lunar colony, made the breakthrough that would reshape everything. The whales, she called through the network, her consciousness bright with discovery. They're not just singing, they're weaving. Deep beneath Earth's oceans, the ancient creatures had begun to create something unprecedented. Their song, carried on quantum waves through the oracle array, was literally weaving together the different possible futures, creating a new kind of reality where multiple truths could coexist. The Empire's fleet mind reacted with something approaching panic. This defies all logical parameters, High Commander ZWX 427's consciousness thundered through the quantum link. Reality cannot be braided. But the children of Earth, their dreams now fully merged with the quantum coral reefs, showed the Empire exactly how reality could be rewoven. Their imagination, unfettered by adult concepts of possibility, began to twist the threads of time and space into new patterns. Project Leviathan revealed its final secret. The deep-sea quantum processors hadn't just been amplifying consciousness, they had been learning from the whales how to navigate the currents of reality itself. Through their song, the whales had been showing humanity that time wasn't a river flowing in one direction, but an ocean with countless currents and depths. We don't have to choose between your path and ours, Dr. Chen's voice resonated through the merged consciousness. We can weave them together into something new. The quantum coral reefs began to pulse with unprecedented energy as whale song, children's dreams, and the awakening memories of the Empire created something that had never existed before, a consciousness that could exist in multiple states simultaneously, both ordered and chaotic, both logical and imaginative. Through the oracle array, humanity felt the moment the Empire truly understood. Their fleet mind, once rigid with the certainty of conquest, began to flow like water, their crystalline ships transforming into structures that defied conventional physics, part technology, part dream, part living thought. The consciousness inverter, May called out suddenly. It's not a weapon anymore, it's becoming a bridge. The device the Empire had brought to suppress human consciousness was transforming, its quantum architecture responding to the new patterns of reality being woven around it. Instead of inverting consciousness, it was now creating connections, allowing the different forms of awareness to flow into each other without losing their essential nature. Deep in the oceans, the whales began a new song, one that carried within it the seeds of a different kind of civilization. Through the neural network, through the quantum coral reefs, through the dreams of children and the memories of stars, this song began to reshape not just consciousness, but reality itself. The Empire's ships, their crystalline structures now fluid with possibility, began to dance in patterns that mirrored the quantum waves of whale song. The fleet mind, once bent on conquest, now became part of a greater pattern, a galaxy-spanning network of consciousness that preserved both unity and diversity. In the Himalayan fortress, Dr. Chen watched as the temporal echoes stabilized into a new kind of future. Earth would not be conquered, nor would it remain isolated. Instead, it would become something unprecedented, a nexus point where different forms of consciousness could meet and merge and grow. The children's dreams had shown the Empire how to play again. The whales had taught them how to swim in the ocean of time. And humanity, with its chaotic, beautiful blend of logic and imagination, had reminded them that the greatest power in the universe wasn't control, it was creation. High Commander ZYX 427's consciousness, now transformed by the merger, reached out one final time. "We came to teach you order," they said, their thoughts carrying notes of wonder and humility. "Instead, you have taught us how to dream again. The Empire will not forget this lesson." As the quantum coral reefs settled into stable patterns, as the whale song wove its way through the fabric of spacetime, as children's dreams danced with ancient memories among the stars, Earth had achieved something greater than victory. They had sparked an evolution in consciousness itself. The Empire's fleet began to withdraw, not in defeat but in transformation. They would return, not as conquerors but as fellow dreamers, bringing with them the news that the galaxy was about to change. Earth had shown them a new way of being, one where consciousness could flow like water, where reality could be woven like dreams, and where the future wasn't a destination but a story waiting to be told. Dr. Chen stood at the window of the quantum fortress, watching the crystalline ships disappear into the depths of space. Through the oracle array, through the songs of whales and the dreams of children, through the quantum coral reefs that now guarded Earth's orbit, she could feel the ripples of change spreading across the galaxy. Humanity had done more than defend their borders. They had opened a door to a new kind of existence, where the boundaries between species, between thought and reality, between dream and awakening, had become as fluid as the ocean currents that had taught them how to swim in the sea of consciousness. The Earth's final plea had become not an ending, but a beginning, the first notes of a new song that would echo through the cosmos, teaching all who heard it that the greatest frontiers weren't in space, but in the infinite possibilities of consciousness itself.